Welcome to Accountants. In this lesson, we're going to be looking at the statement of changes in equity. And this statement of changes in equity is going to be for the sole trader or sole proprietor. Now, the statement of changes in equity for the sole trader or sole proprietor is different from the statement of changes in equity for a partnership, and also different from the statement of changes in equity for a company. Now, you'll find the links to the lessons on the statement of changes in equity for partnerships and for companies in the description below. So what does the statement of changes in equity for a sole trader tell us? Well, this statement shows the changes in the capital account of the business during the period. It shows us how the capital has changed during the period, what it was at the beginning of the period and what it is at the end of the period. For the sole trader or sole proprietor, the items in the statement consist of capital, drawings, and profit or loss for the period. When we're talking about capital, we mean the capital that was there at the beginning of the period, any additional capital that was put into the business by the owner, the drawings that the owner of the business made during the period, as well as the profit or loss made during the period. And when we're talking about the sole trader or sole proprietor, if you do not know, a sole trader is an entity that is owned by only one individual. So what does the statement of changes in equity for a sole trader look like? What is the format? Well, here it is. It's very simple. The statement of changes in equity for the year ended 28 February 2021, for example, is as follows. We start with the balance as at the 1st of March 2020, and you can see that that is the beginning of the period if the year end is 28 February 2020, and you put in the amount over there. And then you have additional capital contribution. So if you're told that the owner made more capital contribution into the business, you put it over here. If there's nothing, you just put it as a dash. The profit or loss for the period. If it's a profit, you put it as a positive. If it's a loss for the period, you put it as a negative. That's why you can see the loss is in brackets over here. Drawings that were made by the owner, you always put it as a negative, because drawings decreases the capital of the business, because the owner has taken something from the business. And then once you have all these items, you just total them up. You take your balance at the beginning plus additional capital plus profit for the period minus the drawings for the period, and then you will have the balance as at the 28th of February 2021, if that is your year end. Now, how do you complete it when you are asked in a question? Well, here's a simple example. We are asked here to prepare the statement of changes in equity for the year ended 28 February 2021. Now, we're not going to go into great detail in doing the completion of the statement of changes in equity, but I just want to highlight what to look for when you are putting in your figures. Now, you might be given the pre-adjustment trial balance on the 28th of February 2020, as well as the statement of comprehensive income, or you may be required to complete the statement of comprehensive income. Remember, the statement of changes in equity, one of the items there is profit. So the statement of comprehensive income or the statement of profit or loss comes before the statement of changes in equity, because you will need the profit or loss from the statement of comprehensive income or the income statement in order for you to complete the statement of changes in equity. So if you're given the pre-adjustment trial balance, and usually when you're given the pre-adjustment trial balance, you're also given additional information. So if you're given the pre-adjustment trial balance and you're asked to complete the statement of changes in equity for the sole trader or sole proprietor, what you look for is the first item, which is the capital account. So here's the capital account. As you can see here in the pre-adjustment trial balance, we have the capital, and the amount there is 552,200 Rand. That will be the balance at the beginning of the period. So if you are asked to prepare the statement of changes in equity, you put in your dates. Don't forget to do that. Now you want the balances at the beginning of the period. And for that, remember, you go to your pre-adjustment trial balance and you take it from the capital account. That is what you will put as the balance at the beginning of the period. If you are not given the pre-adjustment trial balance, let's say for instance you are given the statement of financial position or the balance sheet for the previous period, meaning for the year ended 28 February 2020, then you would take that capital in that statement of financial position and put it as the opening balance for this current period. I hope it has made sense. And then the next thing that you put there is additional capital contribution. Now, if you're given pre-adjustment trial balance, you're also given additional information. You need to check in your additional information if the owner contributed any more money into the business. If they did contribute more money, then that's what you'll put here under additional capital contribution. Otherwise, you just put it as a dash, because that's when we're just given the pre-adjustment trial balance. But it's a simple example that we're going through. The next thing that you do is the profit or loss for the period. Remember that one, you need to get it from the income statement or the statement of comprehensive income. So if you're asked to do the statement of comprehensive income as well, you would have to complete that one first and then take the profit that you get and put it here. And remember, we had the statement of comprehensive income here, the very last line item. It's the profit for the year. We have the 159,020 rand. That is the profit for the year. So you'll take it and you'll put it here under the profit for the period. And if it was a loss, we'll put it as a negative, like I mentioned before. And then the next thing that you look for is the drawings. And we go back to our pre-adjustment trial balance, and you can see we have drawings over here. It's 56,500 rand. Now you also look at your additional information. They will tell you if the owner made further drawings from the business. Maybe took a car or took furniture or took money from the business. You will add that to these drawings, because this is the pre-adjustment trial balance. Unless you are given the post-adjustment trial balance, where you'll just have the drawings. But if nothing else is said about the drawings in additional information, you just take it as it is. Here it's 56,500 rand, and we'll put it down there as 56,500 rand, and we'll put it as a negative. Remember, drawings we put as a negative. And now you have done everything that you needed to do for the statement of changes in equity. Now all you need to do is to calculate the balance as at the end of the period. You just take the balance at the beginning plus the profit for the period minus the drawings, and it will give us an amount of 654,720 rand. And this final balance of 654,720 rand will be the one that you put in the statement of financial position for the year ended 28 February 2021 under the equity section. So you'll just have capital under the equity section, and it will be the amount of 654,720 rand. I hope it has made sense. I hope it has simplified your work if you have to do the statement of changes in equity for a sole proprietor or sole trader. Now, if you'd like to check a fully done and completed example where we were asked to complete the statement of financial position, the statement of comprehensive income, as well as the statement of changes in equity for a sole proprietor or sole trader, you'll find the link to that particular lesson in the description below. In fact, we took the information from that particular lesson and we just showed you how the statement of changes in equity for a sole trader works. If you have gained value from this lesson, please subscribe to our channel, like this video, and share it to those who think it might help. Till next time, cheers.